It's a Godwinson Live News Alert. Welcome to episode 2 of my Kino Casino. The 7 rules are still in play. The ending will do call-ins. But did you really think we'd launch the new Kino Casino with just one show? It's a double bill. It's a combined TV movie special. What's she making, folks? What could it be? I'm setting you homework for when the stream finishes. Get high as you possibly can. Smoke as much weed and blow or whatever the fuck you inject into yourself as you possibly fucking can. And then stumble upon this shit. And just wonder what the fuck's going on. Whoa. What is it, folks? What could it be? Well, we'll skip forward. And, all of your guesses are wrong, by the way. It's not a very ornate penis. It's actually quite a loving scene. 2 rabbits and an owl. She's drawing over what she's already drawn over. It's a never ending. This is on 2 times speed. This has still got 20 minutes left. This is done, surely. Arm yourself, because no one else here will save you in Godwinson's Kino Casino. So, we have a few things to unpack. A few things to do on this show. So, we'd be remiss not to really show you the coverage of Ralph's L, of Ralph's big L, even though it's not really an L. Guy's lost a pedophile for a wife. That horse is ridden out of the stable, and I wouldn't be wanting it to come back. I'd be changing the locks, quite frankly. But I want you to look at how the commentary has descended, not only in this sector around Ralph. It literally is about wanting the man to die and laughing at the man in an inebriated state, leaving Las Vegas style. Now, we talk about a line, and in the call-in segment later, I'm going to talk about that line, whether it actually is a line. These two, Tard and Faggot, swap them, they're still the same monikers that apply. These two have made a career, not only presenting themselves as king in defiance of Ralph, as the light, as the good guys, in quotation marks, against this evil pig, Satan's pig, Ethan Ralph. And I want you to just look at how commentary in the sector has descended. So, this was their show, their last show. And it's a 2-minute, 3-second clip. I'm not going to play the full 2 minutes, 3 seconds uninterrupted. I'm going to play enough, and then we'll unpack. So, this was their show, their level of commentary in their new studio.
I come and build a church on that fucking ground, and I'm not kidding. Dalton, are you kidding? I'm dead serious. We're coming to build a church on that land.
This is my music.
And I got the money to pay out. I got the money to pay out every day for motherfuckers who work on this. I'm gonna pay out money every single day for people who work on this. This is not like some Freedom Trust or like, some Milo Yiannopoulos bullshit. No, I'm paying out every single day.
Don't worry, we'll unpack all of this.
People who work on this. Do you understand? Do you understand? You wanna fuck around? No, I got money, bitch. No, I got money, bitch. Sorry, whore. Sorry, whore. I got money.
We'll play the whole clip.
Okay,
Fuck
I
it.
got money. And you know what? All these little motherfuckers want to scrape around, and I fucking understand it, and I fucking love it, by the way. I fucking love it. Because that's how it was. I fucking love it. But I'm telling you, the money's out there for tomorrow. The money's not out there for, if it's anybody else,
Okay, so it's a Godwinson news alert. Ralph is obliterated. He's shittered drunk. I mean, he is really fucking drunk in that clip. And you've just seen Warski. I mean, Ashton managed to salvage some of his humanity, but this guy was clapping like a chimpanzee. We'll unpack the whole thing. But what I want to just look at, really, that's the state of the sector's commentary as it stands. Guffawing and laughing at just an alcoholic having a leaving Las Vegas moment. Except when you look at what he's saying, when you hear the words, that little track there we've overlaid, it's inspirational, isn't it? This guy's like Frank Gallagher. He's like a drunken prophet. And never more has those words been more relevant than here, where he's talking about building a church. So, context. Dick Masterson's studio. Horses fled. Ralph's been drinking. And this is his speech. And I rate this up there with the greatest speeches of all time. Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. So we'll watch this.
and we're literally gonna come and build a church on that fucking ground. I'm not.
So Ralph's gonna build a church. Bravo. I mean, that's full endorsement. I stand with you. I'll build the church with you, Ralph. Arm in arm, we'll lay the bricks together. He doesn't even actually understand what's going on. Like, legit, this man has no comprehension of what's going on. He just sees the spectre of his father. He literally just sees the father he fled from. And you can obviously see in the man's face there. It's something he recognizes. He recognizes the parental abuse.
I'm kidding. Dalton, are you kidding? I'm dead serious. We're coming to build a church on that land.
We're coming to build a church on that land. Not just myself, Ralph. Not just Dick Masterson and Nick Risotto.
And I got the money to pay out.
But the ghost of Lil Andy.
Money to pay out every day.
You've got the money to pay heaven to let Lil Andy Jr. free, so we can lay the bricks of that church together.
Every single day for people who work on this. This is not. This is not like some freedom trust.
Right. So this is what I wanted to unpack. Warski, and when I say, look, you're picking on a stuttering retard who has no comprehension of what's going on. Clearly, he's lucid enough, right? Warski's watching this. This literally is like an advert on not to be an alcoholic. You know, you want like good advice, something to viscerally shock you to stop drinking, to put down the glass. It's this right here. Stuttering retard abortionist Andy Warski thinks this is a great cue to start drinking. But as you'll see, he actually doesn't drink. He puts it down. Because he's retarded. And the penny finally drops as he's about to put the cup to his mouth. Fucking A. And this guy is literally having PTSD, childhood traumas.
You know, some Milo Yiannopoulos bullshit. No, I'm paying out every single day for people who work on this.
He puts
You
it down.
understand?
The penny's fucking dropped. What a tard. Finally, he's realised the lesson that Ralph's trying to impart. Don't be an alkie. I mean, whoa, Warski, it only took you. I mean, look at
You
it.
understand? For people who work on this. Do you
Yeah.
understand?
I think he understands now, Ralph.
Do you understand?
He doesn't know how to cope. He doesn't understand. He's literally like having flashbacks.
You wanna fuck around? No, I got money, bitch. No, I got money, bitch.
He's put his head in his...
Sorry.
He's literally just collapsed. That is... Look, well, very rarely do we see PTSD just viscerally fuck someone up, physically. Ralph literally is PPP's father. Alcoholic, piece of shit. PPP is bodied. I mean, look at this. Goes down like a sack of shit. PPP.exe has stopped working. That's one unidentifiable blob. Aborski's just going into default reaction mode, as if this is like a clip of Ralph farting, or 90 Day Fiancé, or 30 Second Survivor. Default. But I mean, Ashton's down on the ground. That's trauma, folks. Trauma. Trauma.
Whore. Sorry, whore. I got money.
Sorry, whore.
Yeah, okay. I got money. I got money. And you know what? All these little... You know what? All these little motherfuckers want to scrape around, and I fucking understand it, and I fucking love it.
I love it.
I fucking love it.
This is so fucking inspirational.
I love it, because that's how it was. I fucking love it. But I'm telling you, the money's out there for tomorrow.
The money's there for tomorrow.
The money's out there for...
Build that church.
Everybody else, like, I mean...
Yeah. So that, I mean, no commentary in any of that, by the way. Just dumb. I mean, he completely like tilted. That's their show. That's how the other Kino casino does it. There are many impersonators, but only really one true original, quite frankly. So we're going to go over that footage. Now, the clip I have is 9 minutes, 43 seconds long. So we're going to have to violate a rule. We can't just play 9 minutes, 43 seconds without commentary before we play it. Instead, I'm going to play large portions of it, and I'll try not to pause. That is the compromise with which we enter this one. So this is Ralph on Dick's show. On, 1 second. I've got a wheel of doom. We are buffering. We are buffering. Any moment now. Wheel of doom. Okay, so.
Go back to Mexico. I announced this on Twitter earlier,
So he's obliterated drunk. It's a tough time.
so I guess I should just say it here as well.
But not only drunk.
Me and Pantsu have separated.
They've separated. Not only drunk, the slowness of speech is also down to the prescription medication that he made us aware of as well. This man's got to build a church, and I'm with him the whole fucking way. I've not slowed this down at all, by the way. This was the speed at which he delivered these words the other night.
There's no joke behind that. I wish there was.
It's a real moment.
Except for, you know what? Like your grandmother and certain people, like, were actually good to me.
Talking about how Pantsu's grandmother was good to
wife just left me. Like, I mean, you know, who knows what that's going to cost. And it makes me sound like a simp. I sleep just fine at night. And you know what?
Sleeps just fine at night.
You know what? I'll say this publicly. My wife wants to reconcile. I don't. I'm not
King.
inclined to reconcile.
Why would he be inclined to reconcile with his pedo wife?
She might not be either.
She's inclined to reconcile? The king says no. I'm a build a church. Fuck you. Horse bitch. Horse-headed cunt. I am not inclined to reconcile.
It's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate for her, but I am not inclined to reconcile.
I loved the bitch before, too, though.
I loved the bitch before, but now I am not inclined to reconcile.
It can go like that, right? Like, love passes as well. And it's sad to see something like this happen.
It is sad.
Relate to speak against me, by the way, right now. Every link is at her disposal to speak against me.
How satanic this man is, by the way. How evil and master of darkness, Ethan Ralph. A man bearing his soul. That's what that is. Not a man bearing his whole like PPP, but a man bearing his soul. And you know what really brings it into stark contrast? It's when we have... Give me a second. What really brings this into stark contrast is when we literally have... give me a second. 3, 2, 1. It's when we literally have Judas pieces of shit. It's when we literally have Jaden McJudas getting on his moral high horse and laughing at another man's pain. Well, do you want to know what Jaden McJudas looks like in the current year? This clip here, we will play it in full, but this is Jaden McJudas looking like he shouldn't be allowed round a primary school. Jaden McJudas did a show dunking on Ralph, and also, it's another look at the state of the sector and how it covers this shit. Look at the level of commentary. There he is, look, that's Jaden McJudas. Jaden McJudas, that's the fate that you deserved, man. That's the price that you paid. That is a snake, folks. And that's what happens to the snake's appearance. It shows in their face. They literally look like they shouldn't be around their children. But this is to illustrate the level of commentary in the sector as it stands today. So I'm going to play this 1 minute 55 second clip without context. And then we'll unpack. Or we might unpack along the way. But this is an iconic moment from Ethan Ralph. Truly iconic. You'd think it would elicit some commentary. These are the people who have taken up arms to say that they will drink this man's blood and celebrate the wins. Well, when they're handed a win, a big fat W, this is the content that Jaden McJudas and his ilk make.
Oh, dude, I didn't fall! The physics of just this man, the physics of
The
this
physics.
blob.
What high-level commentary. He had to pause it to say the physics, this blob. And there's your super chats overlaid over the actual footage itself. What's happening here is Ralph awareness is kicked in, and he's playing goodbye horses and dancing as he says he's not inclined to reconcile with his horse-headed bitch of a wife. Based. But that's your level of commentary.
He rips the glass off. He about pokes himself in the eye. Song, dude.
News alert, Ralph poked himself in the eye. He's drunk as fuck, but that's your news alert, folks.
Chat.
He can't breathe.
Run it
He can't breathe, it's that funny.
I'm falling in the song, dude.
Because what Jaden's trying to do in this moment, he's not laughing with Ralph. I mean, goodbye horses, as he says goodbye to his horse-resembling wife. That's funny from Ralph. He's not laughing with Ralph. He's pausing it in an attempt to claim further L's from Ralph.
That's like straight up. Look, not to be rude.
That's the state of this sector.
Well, I don't really fucking care, I guess. But that's like, he looks like he has Down syndrome here.
He looks like he has Down syndrome. Of all the things you could have gone to, he looks like he has Down syndrome. Well, look, he clearly doesn't have Down syndrome, Jaden. He's just an alcoholic. But that is literally your 1 minute 55 second of Jaden McNeil. And his highlight, that's his takeaway. But what that illustrates is what, like, Cog, the Kino Casino, and Jaden are all part, and Red Pill Gaming as well, we'll get into him in a second. They're all part of not just recognizing when something is innately fucking hilarious. No, they have to make sure that any showmanship that Ralph gives, they have to microanalyze it. Look, he took the glasses off the wrong way. His hat fell off. He's not being hilarious. The physics. I think that's Ralph's whole point. Because it makes it funnier. The fact that he's inebriated, fat as fuck, and doing a wiggly dance as Goodbye Horses plays. As he says, he's not inclined to reconcile with this female pedophile, horse-headed bitch. That's your sector as it stands. Even when they're handed wins, they somehow just cannot seem to do it. Now, I remember back in the day. 1 second. I remember back in the day, when there was legit showmanship. You drink the man's blood. But it's so fucking lazy. Because don't forget, they've been on a Groundhog Day loop where everything this man does is an L. So they can't actually recognise an L or a win and celebrate either such occasions sufficiently. It's all met with the same monotonous drone of Jaden McNeil, of Red Pill Gaming, of the Kino Casino and Cog. The monotonous drone. It doesn't even matter what he does, to be honest. They don't give a shit. It's just there to rake in the super chats and the donos. Okay. So. I mean, look. It's kind of wholesome. That is one happy man. I mean, that's it. Look, it's great. That's super. Tough day out here in LA. Now, if I was a current year Ralph A-log, this is what I'd do. Look at his hat on the wrong way round. Look at Dick Masterson slightly not smiling. Clearly there's a rift between the pair. Look at how Dick Masterson's ice cream is melting at a slower rate than Ralph's. Ralph's felt it. Ralph's dead in the ground. His ice cream is melting more than Masterson's. That's your level of commentary for 10 hours on a loop. Forever. Okay. But what about your favourite E-Daddy? What about the one person out there that people keep saying is like me, fighting the good fight? Does an entertaining show. The only other entertaining show in the sector. And when I hear who's doing this, I'm like, the person suggesting this recommendation, either they must be deaf, blind, dumb, or a mixture of all three. It must be fucking Helen Keller or some shit. So, here's what I want to do. This is the other show, right? And it's not the other Kino Casino or anything like that. That's the other show that all you retard faggots genuinely think stands a flame, stands a little Andy Warski Jr. to this. Are you ready? And hear the take. I'm going to play the whole clip in full.
I believe, is now receiving information directly from Matthew Vickers at this point, which is a smart move for Matthew Vickers, though I think it was an opportunity of last resort. Matthew Vickers has relied on absolute fucking retards like Perspicacity, I think, and Genius Anus and Brian Dunn, the King of Pole, to be his henchman, and has finally, after exhausting all possible alternatives, has picked someone who's mildly tolerable.
Okay, right. That's Josh on his flagship show, where he's such a showman entertainer. And he said there that Perspicacity, Brian Dunn, and the Genius Anus were all doing work for Matthew Vickers, right? But Mr. Vickers, in a smart move, has fired them all to replace them with a crack genius that has Josh's full endorsement. Now, let's remind ourselves, 1 second, let's remind ourselves, and yes, we're playing this because we're about to dox the Anus Man. Are you ready? We're about to dox Genius Anus. So, that's right, I have the man's dox. So, what do you mean you don't have the man's docs? This is Genius Anus. This is that top-hatted anus man that carries water for Mr. Vickers. And there he is, look. Genius Anus. Holding a monster. Looking like... Why do they all look like relations of Gator? Can anyone explain this? And why has he also got like a piss stain on his pants? Why does this always have to be the case? Can confirm, coin merchant's top guy. But Esso Shaggy can't say that that's Genius Anus because he'll get flagged off Twitter or some shit. That's Genius Anus, the Anus Man. Shall we see what he looks like online? Hang on. What's his username? It literally is Genius Anus. So he literally LARPs as an anus, smoking a cigarette. Ralph is, and as always, is lying. I'm gonna drink Ralph's blood. You know, this whole Twitter feed, it literally reads like John Rambo has taken up arms against Ethan Ralph. Sylvester Stallone, peak Sylvester Stallone, Rambo, is coming at Ralph. Should we remind ourselves as to what Rambo looks like? So you just remind ourselves as to Rambo's visage and what he... There's your John Rambo. Hey, Lux. I'm not so sorry, to be honest. So there's your groundbreaking journalism. Genius Anus, the Anus Man. I render unto Caesar. That one. Good riddance to a piece of shit. But in Josh's clip there, he has just said, and we quoted him accurately, he's fired Perspicacity, Brian Dunn, and the Genius Anus, Mr. Vickers, has fired them in favour of Josh's #1 endorsement. So listen to this. This is Josh's #1 endorsement, and who could it be? Who could Josh's #1 endorsement be for the legal counsel of Mr. Vickers? No one said it yet, so...
All possible alternatives. Top Genius Anus and Brian Dunn. Absolute fucking retards, like Perspicacity, I think, and Genius Anus and Brian Dunn, the King of Pole, to be his henchman, and has finally, after exhausting all possible alternatives, has picked someone who's mildly tolerable.
Mildly tolerable. Now, who could it be? Who could the person be that's receiving Josh's glowing endorsement, that's supplying Vickers with top-tier legal advice and competent legal thoughts and actions? Are you ready? Now, none of you have said this, but so this means it's going to blow your fucking minds. You're literally going to be like, surely fucking not. But this is, like I say, this is the state of the other side of the TV. Josh's pick is...
Haru does have an anime avatar and username.
It's Haru. Haru receives the top endorsement. And he even tries to sweep it up for Haru in real time. Yeah, it does have an anime avatar, but it's actually based, folks. Listen to this shit. Not even doctored. This is the full clip.
The King of Pole to be his henchman. It has finally, after exhausting all possible alternatives, has picked someone who's mildly tolerable. Now, Haru does have an anime avatar and username combination, a deadly blow to one's judge of character.
And is a true.
However, they've been pretty decent.
They've been pretty decent
since 2020.
They've been pretty decent.
So now, if
Whoa.
Vickers has decided to give Haru the information to drip feed, that is a pretty solid choice. Because Haru, I would not say Haru is like pro Kiwi Farms as much as he is anti Ethan Ralph at this point. So if you're going to pick someone who is on good terms on the forum and then also is more reliably anti Ethan Ralph for you to use as a mouthpiece, Haru's probably a good choice for them.
That's right. Isn't he? And look at what people are saying. People are like, cope? Question mark, 4D chess? I was only pretending to be retarded. That's how they're reacting to Josh's take. So Haru receives the endorsement. Okay, so that's the state of the sector as it stands, which is kind of like, you know, they used to be standards, did they not? I mean, genuinely, did anyone expect him to say Haru? And Josh's own audience to be like, what? Haru? Surely not.
And this is a net. But this is not a water bottle.
So,
it's an air-up bottle that flavors ordinary water through.
This is an advert.
And this
but
is Bob.
Once it all kicks in,
You're lost, Bob.
Kino is about to unfold on the Kino Casino. Why are we chomping at the bit, folks? What could it be? It's Big Tech. It's pedo Big Tech, who has been embraced into the fold. From the good guys that are fighting the fight against Ali Jamal and the paedophile, the scumbaggery that he was up to, right? Look, Ali Jamal's a pedophile. It doesn't matter if suddenly next week he switches and goes on the Kino Casino or Cog's show or Jaden McJudas's show and says that Ralph is evil. Don't matter. He's still a pedo. I'm blowing minds. It don't matter if Milo suddenly defects to the good side and then all of his things are forgotten because he's still a pedophile. Real talk. But Big Tech got embraced. And literally, this is from April 20th, 2023. So that's not but 9 days ago. And all this has been forgotten about, by the way, in favour of, Big Tech hates Ralph now, so therefore it's based, and let's have him on shows and call him a king and hail him like we did Fragmenko and Gator with the hard Y and Warski. He's now a good guy, folks. A good guy. So let's look at our good guy and what our good guy was saying not but 9 days ago. They try and come at me. I have more standards than these faggots. Way more. There's more consistency in what I do than there is in any of these faggots. I'm not embracing like a fucking seal, clapping this guy. Because, he called Ralph a pig. That's your standard? And everything's just absolved if they cross the other side? Well, let's see. I'm going to play this whole clip It's 1 minute, 11 seconds. And then you can decide whether or not Big Tech is a good guy.
Ali, hey, if a couple Lances and a couple Smileys end up showing their dicks to Ali, fog of war, collateral damage. Call me a bad guy.
Collateral damage.
Go ahead. Tell me that it's unacceptable.
Victims are collateral damage.
At all costs, we must protect the dicks from having pictures taken of them. What's the worst thing that was going to happen? Smiley was going to suck a dick? Sorry, Smiley.
People are saying, well, one person is saying,
Smiley.
clear sarcasm.
We got a world to save here.
This is clear sarcasm.
If Smiley's got to suck a dick, then Smiley's got to suck a dick.
That's clear sarcasm, guys.
If Smiley's got to, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want it to be that way.
Not but 9 days
That's what
ago.
it takes to win.
But now this is a good guy.
You're like presenting me a deal.
Because he
You
hates
get
Ralph.
Total area victory. I get. Smiley has to suck Ali Alexander's dick. That's a hard choice.
That's a good guy.
Sorry, Smiley. You might have to take this one for the team, bro.
Victim of pedophilia, just take it for the team. Now, if that guy defected to my side, you know what I'd say? This is no place for you. Bye-bye. I wouldn't be begging him on bended knee to come on shows. Do your interview. Spill in the tea on Ethan Ralph. Because no matter what tea this guy has on Ethan Ralph, the tea on him is far hotter, folks. But that's Big Tech. That's Big Tech. Current year good guy. Embraced by Red Pill Gaming and Jaden McNeil. But look at Red Pill Gaming go. So, it's go-go hypocrisy. It's go-go hypocrites in the sector. Look at Red Pill Gaming go. Look at Teddy Feezer go. A 40-year-old me who lives with his mom. It's tough. But look at him go on his high horse. Ethan Ralph crying, 1-year-old daughter, get used to being alone. It's about morality. It's about pointing out evil no matter where it sits. It's not about just because they're on the other side, we call them out and then we forget if they defect. Are you ready? Teddy Feezer. Okay. So it's Teddy Feezer time, where he selectively clipped and obfuscated the meaning of what's going on in this interaction. You ready? To present himself as a moral king. Because he wouldn't do that to his kids. Not at all. Because he'll never have kids. Because he literally is a 40-year-old neat living with his mum. We'll go into Teddy Feezer in just a moment, in more depth.
Now wait a minute. They couldn't see the real tickle. They can't see anything. Rosie's yelling. Oh my God. Oh, she doesn't like me alone. Get used to it. Get used to it.
Thanks. I mean, that is the end of the clip. He goes on for like another 30 seconds. So what you've just heard there is some reprehensive bullshit. Ralph has just gone, get used to it because the baby's yelling and get used to being alone. Okay? It sounds to me like Ralph's doing what Teddy Feezer's mom didn't do. Ralph's instilling them life lessons pretty soon. He's doing it from cradle. He ain't going to be doing a Teddy Feezer's mom and carrying it to the grave and be like, maybe you should move out, son. Maybe you should get a job. Rosie? No. That bitch is on her ass. Literally, 18 years old? You go on your own in this world. You support yourself. You find a man, you find a family, you do it. You live your life. And what that is is inspirational, folks. I'll play it again because this is inspirational parenting. This is
wait
something
a
that Teddy
minute.
Feeser's mom never did.
They couldn't see the real tickle. They can't see anything. Rosie's yelling. Oh my God.
Teddy's yelling, oh my
He
God.
doesn't like being alone.
He
Get
doesn't
used
like
to
being
it.
alone. Get used to it. You know what? If your mum said that, Teddy, you'd be a far better man. For real. So here he is trying to neg on Ralph's parenting. It's Red Pill TV gang. Thanks for watching. It's any assorted clips of Nick Fuentes. Anything at all. Bear in mind, Red Pill Gaming was kicked out. Literally kicked out of paradise. That was America First. For being too much. Can you imagine? Being too much of an incel loser. And every day he's just been seething since. Teddy Feeser wants to be Nick Fuentes. Now don't take my word for it. Listen to the man speak. He's genuinely copied all of Nick Fuentes' mannerisms. Nick Fuentes is half his fucking age. And he sat there and copied the mannerisms of a 19-year-old boy to make himself look like a king online. Holy shit. I genuinely didn't think like this was something that happens. But it is. This is your current sector, folks. Your current sector. 1 second. It amuses me. So is he on YouTube, folks? Is this guy actually on YouTube anymore? I don't think he is. I can't find him. I mean, is this Red Pill Gaming? Is this Red Pill Gaming? Are any of these Red Pill Gaming? Did the guy get kicked off YouTube? This is a far better day than I genuinely thought it was going to be. Red Pill Gaming, where are you? Where are you hiding? Oh, we found him. We found him. It's tough, brother. So, right, we gave it enough hype. So, this sack of shit literally got kicked out of the movement for being Kyler. For being Kyler. Literally, for just being Kyler. He got kicked out of the movement and has been seething ever since. This guy's name, by the way, Teddy Feeser, lives with his mum. Now, it's kind of tough, folks, but I don't know why they wear a hat. I never understand why. I mean, why not just do what Big Tech does and just show the full skin? But all of the bald faggots wear a hat. I think it's so they can pretend they look younger. I mean, this guy is trying to pretend that he's not 40 years old, I think. Teddy Feeser is Teddy Feeser is like very bald, extremely so. But there's the hat. And, you know, we're going to talk about how he's copied all of Nick's mannerisms when he's double the age of Nick. And just listen, because you might just thinking, oh, what's he on about? And this Godwinson's gone crazy. He's seeing craziness he's seeing patterns in stuff that isn't there. Does this man not sound like he's studied Nick Fuentes' voice as the same way that Gator with a hard Y, Shannon Gaines, has sat in the darkness and studied Jim's persona? Let's go.
Holy shit, did they destroy it. Wow. Another Disney classic, utterly disheveled, completely destroyed beyond recognition. Check this shit out. First off,
it's a Nick
Tinkerbell is
Walker,
black,
folks. It's a Nick
Tinkerbell
Walker.
is black, and by the way, the white people will only be allowed to refer to her as Tinkerbell. We can't use the hard R. So she's actually Tinkerbell, not Tinkerbell. Whoop. Gotta be careful.
Literally the same hand movements and the same... Look, I've only ever seen that from Nick Fuentes. That's Nick movements. Studied and copied in real time. by Teddy Feezer.
Be allowed to refer to her as Tinkerbell. We can't use the hard R. So she's actually Tinkerbell, not Tinkerbell. Whoop. Gotta be careful. Yeah, so they made Tinkerbell black.
This is your sector, by the way.
We're already off to a bad start here.
This is your sector.
It would be atrocious regardless.
These are the good guys. The good guys. The light side. I'm evil. I'm like Darth Maul. But this guy...
Never, ever accept it, ever. But if they stopped there, it would have been within the...
Is the moral arbiter
Disney has
and
said.
what's right and wrong in this
sector.
sector.
No. So not only is Tinkerbell black now, but...
You know what, Teddy? You're a 40-year-old grown-ass man. 1 second. You know what, Teddy Feezer? You're a 40-year-old grown-ass man. You live Paulie Frog 64 style in the shadow of your own mother. Maybe you shouldn't be obsessing, pontificating about what's going on in Tinkerbell and various publications of Tinkerbell. Literal fairy. A fairy tale children's fairy. Maybe you shouldn't be having those thoughts, pontificating on them. Maybe you should get a fucking job, Teddy. Maybe you should get out of your mum's fucking basement, Teddy. Oh, it's Tinkerbell. It's 15 minutes, 30 seconds. Talking about how it's disgraceful that Tinkerbell's been robbed. Gives a fuck, Teddy. Do you think that you're Peter Pan, Teddy? I got news for you. Peter Pan didn't live with his mum at 40 years old. Peter Pan had a full head of hair. Peter Pan didn't autistically sit in the darkness and study all of Nick Fuentes' hand movements and mannerisms and voice. Peter Pan, news alert, isn't a... Peter Pan, news alert, isn't a Nick Walker. Not for one moment. Peter Pan can fly, Teddy. Peter Pan can fly. Please, Teddy, please attempt to fly. Stand on the roof, Teddy, and attempt to fly like Peter Pan.
Man is fucking brown? I don't know what the fuck he is. He looks Hispanic. So Peter Pan is Hispanic, Tinkerbell is black, and Wendy is fucking gross.
Spread your wings, Teddy. Spread your wings and fly.
The white woman, right, one of the few characters, they don't race swap. They make her... Oh, he's Indian? Oh, okay, whatever. Brown. He's brown. He's not his original race.
Well, you know what? Nick's not his original race in this fucking incarnation, is he? Because Teddy Feezer's a Jew. For real. Real talk. Nick's not his original race in this fucking bizarre woke version, is he? The nose is exposed.
But thank you for the correction. Indian. Okay, he's Indian. I can't tell sometimes. What the ever-living fuck is going on here?
That's my question as well. If you hate Nick so much, you want to drink his blood, why copy his every fucking mannerism? You weird, schizophrenic fuck. Oh, maybe you're going to make 85 grand using that piece of paper internet degree, like Paulie Frog 64. I just think you can fly. You can just fly. Now, we're exactly where we need to be, to be honest. We're about 30 seconds ahead. And this is going to give you some clue as to who's next. Who could it be on the second episode of Godwinson's Kino Casino? Who may it be, folks? Cast your guesses now. No one's guessed this yet.
Go to Wix.com and set up your store on a single integrated platform.
Who could it be? Sorry, Gator! My arrival is imminent. I'm coming home, bitch. Because I live for the days when you do this. I live for it, Gator. You know, it rejuvenates me. And especially when you dumb, stupid, cringe faggot, try and own the meme. Look at him go. Sorry, Adam. Pantsu's departure is imminent. No, Gator. My arrival is imminent. Oh, it's a massive L for Ralph that Gator's crawled out of the woodwork. He's crawled out of the woodwork to do this. Can you believe it, folks? That he still has the gall, the gumption in the current year. There he is. That's what he pretends to be online. Oh no. Oh, he just can't help himself, folks. He just can't help himself. But let's remind ourselves, Gator. Let's remind ourselves of your ass, of who you really are, Jim Walker. Let's remind ourselves that this is the one I talked about. We happen to have had sexual relations. She was 3,000 years old, my honor. She said she was an elf. That's you, Gator. You'll never own this. You'll never get back your favourite song and make it your own again, no matter how hard you try. Because you know what? It's my song now. And my arrival will always be imminent. So run to them fucking hills. Brian Holloman, pedophile. That's a literal child. Tough. I want to say it was Halo Reach at the time. Wait for it. Wait for it, folks.
What's up, everyone? Before we get into today's video, I just got a couple of quick things I want to
Wait for it.
I want to say thank you so much to DistroKid for sponsoring today's video. I have a ton of you guys asking me how to get your original
Are you ready?
songs on platforms like
Kino.
Spotify and all that good stuff.
Kino.
DistroKid is a really easy and user-friendly way to do that.
So,
I'm actually putting out a bunch of original music over the next few
there's some
months,
advert trying to
and I'm gonna
literally
use
get into
DistroKid.
this. So, that...
Accident at work? Injury lawyers feud get you the compensation you deserve.
Maybe Gator can claim that compensation. It's a 17-second advert that I can't skip. But basically, this is the call-in segment of the show. So here you go, folks. And I'll lead you in. It should work now. But if it doesn't, that's tough. So let's unpack what we've just looked through on this comb of the sector on Kino Casino 2. You can all call in, because no one does a call-in show anymore. The glory days of IBS? Calling shows the whole fucking time. Suddenly it became about, oh, we can only acknowledge you if you pay us money in the super chat and keep you in your place. The rules of the game are, you're literally all welcome to have your voice. Whether it's to drink my blood, call me a faggot, slit my throat, and execute me. Your voice is welcome. So we've had 4 pop up. Let's accept everyone. Segment, folks, we're bringing back something great, I hope. And we're doing it completely differently. Teddy Feeser's not taking calls. Teddy Feeser's sat there waiting for his mum's dinner. So we've got our first caller. Bear with me. And our quest does carry on. So let's accept this one. There's about 4 people calling at once. So you're on the air. Oh, hang on. You're on the air, sir.
Godwinson.
Go ahead.
Okay, hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly. Can we all?
Okay, great.
Yes.
I just want to say real quick.
Go ahead.
I remember the last Collins show.
Yes.
I was talking about this Monkey Biz DJ Axel guy.
Right.
You know?
The pedophile.
About him. Yes, you called him a pedophile.
He is a pedophile.
So I did some digging. If anybody out there wants to know who this guy really is, go check out Ear Juice's video on him. It's on Odyssey. That'll tell you everything you need to know.
Right.
That's
You're doing the Lord's work. You're doing the Lord's work, Dr. Orlock. What is your thoughts on the current state of the sector and how it stands now? They can't even celebrate a Ralph L. effectively anymore, can they?
No, I think it's pretty fucking grim, you know? It's, like you said, there's no good guys, and there's almost no bad guys either. It's just a boring malaise.
This is it. There are no. This is what I'm trying to shatter. This dichotomy of good guys and bad guys. There's no such thing. There's never been such a thing. When they try and pretend that they are good guys, they actually stink more than if they were just coming out and saying they were infamous like Ralph. Have you got any thoughts on Teddy Feeser? Red Pill Gaming.
None whatsoever.
I mean, do you not think that he stole all of Fuentes' act and mannerisms?
I mean, yeah, of course, but there's a million of these guys out there. You know, there's Jesse ripping off Red Bar. There's fucking a million guys ripping off Jim, like you said.
Yes, I agree. But when we look at Red Pill Gaming, it's another thing. Because obviously, Gator isn't out there cutting promos in the voice of Daddy Jim, on Daddy Jim. It only seems to me that this guy, Teddy Feeser, has become Fuentes, broken away, and now wants to drink Fuentes' blood and wear his skin so he can use it for nefarious purposes that aren't part of literally being a growth to Nick Fuentes. It's literally to become something different. And that's what seems fucked to me.
Yeah, it's fucking gross when you clearly admire and love somebody so much that you'll adopt their personality, literally.
Yes.
And then you use it, you act like you hate the person. It's clearly not true.
Yes. Yes. I mean, that's exactly how I put it as well, Dr. Orlock. Any takes before we move on to the next caller? Any great sign-offs? Anything you want to say about the current state of this show, Kino Casino 2? Are we doing it right? Give us some pointers.
Actually, you know what? I got something to say to Dymo. Dymo! You motherfucker, if you want to be the new king of the sector, you got to stop touching your fucking pointer fingers together and going ooh-woo whenever you're pressed. That fucking movie debate with Godwinson was pitiful. Oh, I like Park Chan-wook. I like international films. Shut the fuck up, bro. Tell me about Jin Woon Kim. You know what I'm saying?
There we go.
Dymo came off real bad in that debate.
Fat eye patch samurai. Blown the fuck out. So thank you for that, Dr. Orlock. We'll move on to our next caller. You're on the air, whoever it may be, so you better call now. I'm going to get a drink, so bear with me. Okay, who've we got? Okay. You're on the air, sir. Oh, hang on. 1 second. I'm drowning you out with You're on the air, sir. You're very low.
Oh, who, me?
Yes, go ahead.
Oh, shit, you sound different on Troon Chord. Holy fuck.
Troon Chord. It's Troon Chord, guys. It's Troon Chord. Right.
Troon Chord, Groom Chord, whichever.
Go ahead, fellow. Speak a take. I can't actually say your nickname. How do you say it? Mamakti?
Matt Icky. That's how
Matt Icky. Okay, Matt Icky. What's your hot take tonight on Kino Casino 2?
It's a lot better than the first Kino Casino because it started off like alright, but then I only watched it for PBT, your ex-friend, because I love you guys. You guys are awesome, and it's a shame what happened. But
they were the glory days. They were the glory days.
Yeah, I mean, I started watching from Josh at first, and then I found you guys after that. So, but everything with what's going on,
yes,
it's really fucking sad and pathetic. The skinwalkers, the skinwalkers, the shoe on head shit. It's really fucking sad. It makes me feel better about myself, really, because I was usually I'm like them. I'm a loser too, but holy fuck, they're bigger losers than I am.
Yes.
My bad. I'm very hyped right now. This is what it feels like winning those radio talk shows things. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But
so I mean,
more meaningful.
What do you think we did on our show today? Literally just we combed through the state of the sector of the good guys, right? Are there any of them that are putting out an entertaining show? Legit, can you make a case for any one of the people we've covered? So we've covered Juice, Ashton and Andy, Jaden McJew. Who was the other one? Red Pill Gaming, Teddy Feezer, and Gator.
Yeah. To interrupt.
No, make a case.
I only watch two people in this sector. It's you and Josh. I used to watch.
I hear this a lot, by the way. I do hear this a lot. That me and Josh are the saviors of the sector. But carry on.
Yeah, I'm gonna come to between you and Josh at the end. But PPP, I'm pretty sure he's like a bitch to Andy now. I don't think he can go against Andy because he's basically the one paying his bills. And so it's like watching someone dying from toxification.
Yes.
And it's truly tragic that you guys don't work together and shit and, figure out your problems and then start snaking on each other. It's really it's like there's no hope for like friendship or anything in this world or some shit like that.
No, that's quite a real take there, Mamatiki. That's a real take. That's a real take. We've got people calling, so sign us off with a great promo. Drink my blood, call me a faggot. Just make yourself memorable in your last minutes.
All right. Talk to freaking Josh. You and Josh do a freaking stream and talk this shit out. That's what I want to see. Okay. You and Josh talk this shit out. And sign me off.
All right. Thanks for the call. Wow. That's your average Josh fan right there. And that's the dichotomy. That's the difference. That's what we're trying to stamp out. Just talk to Juice. So, the floor is yours. Your voices will be heard on this Kino Casino. One second. So this is the number you need to call. Make sure you turn off your radios on the call. We don't want echo. We have this guy. You're on the air, sir. You are on the air, sir. It looks like Mr. E is shook. But we are waiting. We are waiting for callers. The floor is yours. All right. Okay. So you're on the air, sir.
Yo, what's
Yo, what is up? Hot take.
I think you're probably responsible, like more so than you think, for state of the sector as it stands.
Go. I'm ready for this one. Hang on, just bear with me. There we go. Go ahead. Cut the promo.
Describing now, it's like the issue kind of happened once Jim came into it, right? Especially with like Gator and Bagmenko.
Right. What, onto the A-logging Ralph side?
Yeah, exactly. So, like, when you think you were in the wrong for trying to push Jim into it, he, like, basically shit it all up once he did?
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. We'd have... But genuinely, did I genuinely think that once Jim joined, that suddenly Fagmenko, Warski, and Gator and their sins would just be completely absolved? No, I didn't think that. I thought Jim would, in the spirit of the old Jim, if he was going to cover this shit, would have made some prisoners and took no prisoners. Alas, he just had them all come along with him. So that's, yeah, it's an L. It's an L, sir.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I guess I'd say PPP probably is more to blame than you in that regard, just for... And having Gator on the show is just the most pathetic thing I've ever seen when he did that at the beginning.
Yes. There's some esoteric lore there. They had a show lined up, literally. PPP had a script in front of him of all of Gator's stuff that he was literally going to fire out on this show with Gator. Why else have him on the show if you're not going to, like, say, she's 3,000 years old, Gator, and all of this shit? But he just decided not to. He chose not to, which is a great sin.
But yeah, I just wanted to ask you about that, what you thought about. And if you're... So, you feel on your responsibility for the way stuff stands and all now, or?
In many ways, yes. My responsibility, I suppose, was being absent when a lot of this shit was happening. I really should have just been A-logging the Kino casino right from the start. I should have just cut ties immediately when Warski was embraced. As literally Snakes Ralph one day later, he's doing a Fuck Ralph festival. I should probably have started sooner, and a lot of this cancer would have been stomped out now. But you can't say I'm not trying my best to redeem the sector as it stands right now.
I appreciate that.
All right.
Yes, everyone's forgiven you at this point for, the blood money you took back in
yes.
last year.
We took 500 in blood money. From PPP, and it's a high sin that for some we'll never live down, but sometimes we can make up for things in other ways. Okay. All right, well, sign yourself off. We've got some more callers lined up, so take us out, sir.
Okay. I wanted to say this is ZXV, by the way. I just have to get back to my divorce proceedings, but call again sometime.
All right, ZXV, you take care. Okay, so, by all means, the floor is yours. The floor is yours. You can't say I don't give you a voice. This is you allowed to have this voice. No one does call-in shows anymore. You know what? Back in the day, there'd have been 15 already waiting, just lined up. But it's been bitch. You've all been bitch-made. You've all been relegated to just typing in chat. All of you are bitch-made faggots because you've been buck-broken. You've allowed yourselves, literally, to silence yourselves, to not speak your takes, to literally just type. You've been buck-broken by what the good guys have done to you. A few of you don't know how to respond in this situation. All you have to do is call for free. I'm not asking for credit card details. I'm not asking for super chats. A few of you are literally like having seizures, wondering, wait, what? Surely if I put my bank account details in, this will work. No, all you have to do is call this number and fire a hot take. There is literally no easier thing in the world. Is there? Put your credit cards away. Put your money away. Keep it in your pockets. It is not needed here. We're doing things differently. We're doing things right and truthfully. I mean, a lot of people were added. So it's entirely up to you. Because I'm not going to be like Mr. E here, waving back to you. I'm not going to be waving back to you, Rolo. I'm literally not doing any of those things. Wave. Like, your wave to me is firing a hot take. It's all what's required. I'm going to let the sector speak again. Let the sector speak again, folks. That's all it requires. Me and this little guy. We're letting the sector speak again. All right, well, that's the show. But we will insist on letting the sector speak again in every last segment of any Kino Casino that we do. Because I want to bring it back. No show does call-ins anymore. And I think the reason why is because you've all been conditioned to actually just sit and chat and react passively. You've been conditioned like cattle. And I think it's sad. Because all of you should be engaged in somewhat on this shit. You should have an idea, a take to give, whether someone's wrong or right. You should have fire in your belly. But what they've made you be is passive, cattle, chewing the cud. Listen, Ralph started. That's what you are. But one day, and my work here in this sector will be about building you all up again. So you go, Ethan Ralph farted, and here's my hot take on that. That's the great mission that I'm on. I do it all for little Auntie Julie. Juice.